Lady died. She's my girl. She's wise. And some of the stuff she was saying, I think is pertinent, mainly because her sentiment seems very consistent with a lot of the women in our community. And so I kind of wanted to challenge it. And I'm glad we're discussing this because it can be very problematic in the way that for her standard to be conveyed that I need my man to be able to fight. Great. I would multiply her by millions. I think that's problematic. Most men can't fight. I can tell you most men can't fight. I can fight. Most men can't fight. And so I think sometimes I think we need to continue to explore what protection looks like. Protection a lot of times with men, and this is one thing I convey this to you ladies, in the martial arts and any discipline that is physical, they teach you to be trained, to be prepared, but they also teach you to practice restraint. You learn the skill, so you don't need to use the skill, but you learn the skill in the event that with all things exercise, you're ready. You don't go out exemplifying these things, right? And what I would argue is a lot of times as adults, I do not know how many situations occur where I need to actually punch another man needs to punch me. If you're in those environments, there's something already wrong. You guys are spending time in a way that is problematic. And if you're someone who is a family man, I would argue that why are you putting yourself and why are you putting your woman in a situation that you have to physically potentially protect her? That's logic. That's wisdom. As a young man, you probably are out with certain environments. And then in certain cases, I agree. The man should know how, in the event, to use his body that is necessary. But I'm telling you overwhelmingly, most men do not know how to fight. It's not a skill set that most guys need. Though for those who do, great, but most don't. And I think every man should have a physical discipline, honestly, but mainly from a standpoint of being able to get out of a situation and not so much be able to showcase the two-piece and how quick and slip the jab, that. Just saying.
Can I say something real quick? Just to piggyback on what True said, uh, that's real because in most cases, in today's environments, most physical altercations that pop off is really like a chaotic mob type. It ain't like no, hey, what you like? It ain't never like no, just fade. You gonna have to shoot. You gonna have to bust somebody's ass these days anyway if you want to keep it 1,000. So learning how to fight is definitely more of a life skill trait for like a certain type of discipline for yourself. But in most cases out here in the world, you're gonna either be getting jumped or like in some type of chaotic type of mess where you might have to use a firearm for real. I ain't trying to get graphic, but it's not like back in the day where it's just like I challenge you to a duel or something. Like these people jump the shit out you. Like you just trying to get out of here alive for real.
I wanted to say I agree with True and Illa. So the mindset. So whoever on here that know how to fight, okay, y'all, you just said you do whatever. Most men don't. I didn't know that. But the mindset you guys have is different from a man who don't know how to fight. Can you agree to that? Okay, so I still don't want that type of.
Hold on. Say that again.
The mindset that a man. So for you, Illa, you would say that you know how to fight, right? Regardless, fight, shoot, whatever. You know how to protect yourself. Mm-hmm. You versus a man that don't know how to do that. Y'all mindset is different as far as when it comes to protection, right?
But the man that don't know how to do that, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to remember where we at. A man that can't fight is going to shoot you, or he's going to just because he can't fight don't mean he can't hurt you. It's a whole different thing. Men just think about I'm trying to hurt you, so he may not be skilled. Most people get killed by somebody who can't fight. So it's about survival out here.
I guess that's another point, right? It's proven it that they more reckless because they more afraid. Men that can fight and protect themselves, y'all not afraid. Y'all just know what to do when whatever situation appears. Y'all are more aware, and you would make a better decision depending on what's going on versus a man that's just going to be shooting because he don't know what's going on. I'm going to just shoot whoever, and then people getting hurt. Y'all mindset is different from that type of man.
But you know why? It's not because we can do this so well. It's because we can do this so well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
See, the thing is, the guy who's in that situation, 9 out of 10 times is in that situation because he doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to articulate his feelings. and he feels these emotions, but he just knows how to act.
Are raging, yeah.
A man, fear will humble you. So it's not just because you know how to. Most dudes who know how to fight still get nervous. You about to get hit. You don't know he got in his pocket. Like
Right.
it ain't because we moving out. I'm not scared, but I'm not stupid.
Cautious.
So it's like I know how ugly it could get, and I know how far I might take it, or somebody I know might take it. So out of fear of that, I'm going to think.
Right.
So it's really the mind that prevents you from having to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? You shoot from the lip, you ain't got to shoot from the hip. You feel me?
But
Yeah.
I think what Lady is talking about, because you're absolutely right. But I think that skill set, and I don't know if where her husband grew up at, but
In the hood.
most of the people that I know grew up in the hood. So there's a skill set that comes with living in certain environments, right? So the whole like knowing when you go into a store, like when we go out to eat, I already know where I have to sit because he has to sit in a place where he's able to clock everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's things like that. When we go out, I need you to walk right here so I can make sure I can see you, and you know what I'm saying? So I think the environment conditions and trains you to move like that. Whereas somebody else in an environment, like somebody mentioned earlier about Jay-Z and his kids or whatever, they're not going to have to develop that skill. The skill they're going to have to develop is let me know how to read contracts. Let me, you know what I'm saying? The more intellectual stuff to be prepared. So I think that the environment is going to dictate what you, I guess, determine protection in a sense. So, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
And one more thing, real quick. I think we have to realize that our culture, most cultures and requirements are based on the necessities or lack thereof of the era. It's like we want to retroactively go back in certain. It's like we want to go in certain time machines when it comes to certain definition of manhood and certain definition of womanhood. But a lot of those definitions and social norms was based on the time. If we working all on a farm, it's a different mindset than when I can order Uber Eats or my daughter can work. Like we want to live in the past with the amenities of the future. It's like, no, we're here and we got to deal with things where we are. Like we can learn from the past to make us a better tomorrow, but we are where we are. Like it's just a different world, which creates different mindsets.
All right, so check this out real quick. Lady Di, I appreciate you coming out tonight and saying what you said, because outside of that, which you just ended with, I feel like the ladies were being very nice about it tonight. I'm going to tell you from women that I talk to, which are from many walks of life, they are not attracted to soft-ass punks. I'm sorry. They do want a dude who is able to scrap. And if you will likely get your ass whooped, they are not attracted to you. If they see you get your ass whooped, they are going to probably leave you. Like this is what it is. And certain things, I get it. We're in a different time, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? We are more obese. That's real. Our testosterone levels are lower. That's real. That's not healthy. I don't give a fuck what time you in. No, that's not a good look. We shouldn't be this goddamn soft. And I'm not here to give a single excuse to any man. I don't care where we at. A man is a man. Like, y'all could call me the get off your lawn type dude if you want to, but I think a lot of dudes out here are straight pussy. And to accept it, to condone it, is wild.
Yeah,
Accepting them to be pussy. We black men. You can't be that just by being who you are. That's a given. But the problem is we're seeing that because we got a lot of young men who do very courageous acts, but they do it recklessly, and then their manhood and their bravado is not guided. It's just wild and uncontrollable and undisciplined. So
well, that's different. That we
I mean, that's where we at though.
I don't run out here. I'm not no bully. You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of these dudes who can't fight will shoot the shit out you, and you'll say they a punk and all that, but you won't even be here to talk about
That's
it.
why I spend a lot of time at the range. That's why I got like at least 6 different calibers of ammo in my crib. I understand all that shit, right? I got it. I licensed in like 40 states. I get it. I get all that too. But what I'm saying is I avoid all that. I haven't had to beat nobody ass in quite a few years, right? It's been a long time since I put a pounding on somebody, so I avoid it by any means. But what I'm saying is that aside from that, there's always that physical violence thing but there's other parts of it. I think we are just softer also mentally, right? Academically, because when I was talking about the reason why people don't qualify for the military, it's also academically. It's because they can't even pass the freaking test. We are weaker, period. And it's a lot more than just physical out here. And we are accepting a lot more bullshit. And us being soft on them is a detriment to the youth.
Yeah,
I agree.
real quick, I'm gonna just say this last thing about it. I agree with that, Trev. Like that military training, some of them be running away because somebody's yelling at them in their face. They can't even handle somebody just screaming. Like you didn't have your mother scream at you or your dad, shout or put fear in you. But I wanted to say, like, I guess I'm saying I want a man. I have one, but I'm saying, just speaking to the audience, that's not gonna run away when stuff is happening. That's all I'm saying. You got to be able to help us get to wherever we got to go. Also, I'm a very aggressive person for me as a lady. Like, I don't play that shit with women. So if I'm more aggressive than you, we got a problem. So I don't want that. You got to be way above me on that level. Confidence has a lot to do with it. A confident man. But yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can really determine that unless y'all got into that situation. To be honest, a lot of people just talk and say they can do X, Y, and Z, but until you get boots to the ground and they really get that action, then you can really see what they made of. Because a lot of people say a lot of shit.
That's true.
Yeah, let's get some other folks in there. Shan.
I don't know. I kind of am I echoing? No, okay. So I don't know. I kind of agree with what everybody is saying. I mean, I guess I think a weakness is like I think everybody's thinking about the physical part, and I do agree with that. But I also agree with like standing up for your family. Are you there for your family? How you lead your family? That takes strength, right? I also think that like we always talk about, men who are not disciplined when it comes to bedroom behavior, that's weakness to me. Like if you can't even control yourself, your body, that's a sign of weakness. Like you just out here, I don't know. That's a sign of weakness to me. And people and who you decide to stand up to. I see a lot of people are really quick to stand up to women, but they ain't gonna stand up to another man. That's a weakness to me. You can't even stand up to another guy. It's easy to stand up to a woman, but can you stand up to a man when something's going on? Yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to add to everything else people were saying. I agree with Di. I agree with everybody on the panel. Everybody made good points, but that was just something else I wanted to add to.
Okay.